Hi, I'm Redheaded Riding Hood, red for short. And today I'm doing my own thing. And that's why it takes me a little bit longer when I think of these myself. So last week I talked a little bit in one video about religion and the mystery of God. And that's what I want to talk about today, because I think we need to beware of those who believe they have all the answers. Like, it's this way, and if you do this and this and this and this, everything's going to be perfect, and this is the way it is, and you all are wrong. It's just life, God, everything is not that cut and dried. And I wanted to read a couple of verses for you. For I proclaim, this is from Deuteronomy 32. For I proclaim the name of the Lord, ascribe greatness to our God. He is the rock. His work is perfect, for all his ways are justice, a God of truth and without injustice. Righteousness and upright is he. I found that verse when I was looking for this other verse that I'm very familiar with. And I thought that one was good also. I have a little concordance. I used to have a great big concordance for studying the Bible, like this thick. It was King James Version, and you can look up any word and find out where that word is in the Bible. And then it also has at the back of it a Hebrew and Greek like lexicon thing where you can find the Greek word for that word. So it's very helpful in studying the Bible. I think when I started studying the Bible, it was with K. Arthur Ministries. I forget what that was. Her ministry had a certain name. I forget what it was, but this was back in the like 90s when I used to go to Bible study and stuff. But I never, with little kids, it was hard. I would try to do the homework, but it was very hard to do the homework. But anyways, my friend Lee, in the cult I was involved with for a short time in my senior year of high school, my friend Lee, she got me this Bible because it had all these helps. It had the little concordance in the back, and I think it has a harmony of the Gospels where it says a lot of the stories in the Gospels are in other Gospels like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And the harmony of the Gospels tells you where this story, the certain story that's in more than one place, is where it is in the other Gospels. And that's very interesting too. And by the way, the story of the rich man and Lazarus is only told one time, and people are getting that wrong about that's about hell, and it's not what it's about. But anyways, that's another topic for another day that I will no doubt get into some other time. And another verse I want to read is in Isaiah 55. This is the one I was looking for when I found the other one. And it's in verse 8. It starts in verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are my ways your ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So, yeah, that's again what I'm saying is, beware of people who think they have all the answers and everything perfect, and if you just do this, everything will be fine. And like I said in my other video about the law of attraction, I'm like, it really doesn't take into account that things that go wrong, Murphy's Law, and that there's evil in the world, and you have to be careful of that. So one of my favorite verses, and it was even, I still clung to a lot of verses and stuff when I was away from God, even because I knew that they were true. And I was away from God for 2 years, and I did consider myself an agnostic. And the thing about that is, like I said, it's like I still wanted to believe, and I still saw evidence to me that there must be a higher being that created everything. But I don't know. I'm just a person. I'm just a human being. I don't know, but and I wanted to believe too. I wanted to keep believing. I was just so discouraged by things that happened in the world and in my life. I was very discouraged, and it's interesting too that I was so disillusioned with everything. Like I said, in 2016, I had been a Republican for 25 years. I had been in the Baptist church for 25 years, and that's when I was starting to question. I was already questioning things, but I was questioning how the Baptist church thought towards gay, trans people and all that. I was questioning that. I questioned how the Baptist church saw Catholics, and I got very into that. And I'm like, there are big problems here. And then when I learned about hell, I was like, yeah, that came out of the Catholic, and if the Baptists are so against Catholics, why do they have that doctrine from the Catholic Church still about hell? And there's just so many questions, and it's just like, and as I said before about me finding out about myself and thinking I am gonna seek out a professional diagnosis, but I think I quite possibly could be autistic, and many in my family and among my children could be also. Could be. I don't know for sure. I am not a doctor. And I'm saying possibly. And all of it is like, that's another, I keep talking about the piece of the puzzle. Now, is a puzzle done? No. Is a puzzle finished? This puzzle's not done either. No, but it's like another piece of the puzzle. And like the thing about, first of all, I was like throwing the whole baby out with the bathwater. Like, let's just not do this anymore. And that really helped me. That really helped me in 2020 with my downsizing, because so many things, like I had a collection of Bibles. I don't know how many Bibles I had, maybe 20. I had some of my kids' Bibles from when they were little. I had my mom's Bible, one of my mom's Bibles that wasn't one that she used, she gave to me. It was a King James version that she got like in 1930 something. And I'm like, what do I do with this? I left that in the storage for my daughter. I don't know if she kept it or not, but many things from my mom I did keep, because my mom was a collector like me, very much so. She quite possibly could have been autistic. I don't know, but it is quite obvious. Some of the people in my family, I'm like, oh, yes, definitely. But still, they're gone. Like my dad, I'm like, most definitely, probably, and comorbid with the narcissism. And my brother Mark, I quite possibly comorbid with something. My brother Christopher lived with our family for 9 months. He washed his hands he was OCD, and he was diagnosed with stuff that was wrong, I believe. And he never did feel comfortable with the bipolar diagnosis. And later on he said, he thought it was something else. And now I think it was like, oh my goodness, it was like autism and ADHD probably. And so many things, but they're gone. And I had a therapist, and now this is coming back to me, and I'm like, oh, I know why she asked that, because she probably saw or learned one of the things that I saw on YouTube is that if you look at a dead person's brain with Asperger's or autism, it's different. They can tell. And my former therapist, who, you know, I liked her, she just was not the therapist for me, and I felt like she was having me focus on everybody else. And someone else I talked to a week ago was the same. It was the same problem. I was like, when she wasn't really talking about me, like, focus on me. I rewatched my favorite movie. It's Runaway Bride, and in it, her fourth attempt, Bob, says, focus on Maggie, focus on Maggie, focus on Bob. You know, Maggie's problem is she focuses too much out there. And Maggie's very codependent. And see, the codependency too, piece of the puzzle. It's a piece of the puzzle. And the autism is a piece of the puzzle. PTSD, I feel like, is a piece of the puzzle. There's so many pieces, and God doesn't, you know, the thing with God and life and everything is like, we want to know like the whole, I mean, we don't even know this, like I have this for the puzzle, you know, we don't even know this, like what is it going to look like when it's done? I don't know, but I have faith that it's going to be beautiful. And these little things that I'm figuring out, I just have so much hope now. I just have so much hope now. I'm so encouraged, and I'm so excited, and I'm so joyful, and I'm glad I'm getting out of my lease, and I'm moving out of this apartment in February because it's so expensive. But like, I feel like a year ago, I renewed my lease for a year. I couldn't do it for 6 months because they were going to charge me more for doing more a month for my 6-month lease. And I'm like, okay, let me do it for a year. And around that time, something came to me. And it didn't come to me when I moved in. I moved in this apartment in August 2022. It didn't come to me then, but it came to me a year ago. And it was, you are here to heal. And I was like, okay, I'm here to heal. And I was like, it wasn't time for me to go yet. And when I first got the notice, like, tell us if you're staying, or should I stay, or should I go now? I love that song. The Cure. My ex-husband loved The Cure. Is it The Cure? No, it's not The Cure. I'll figure out who it is and say below. If you know who it is, put it in the comments. It's not The Cure. I can't remember. But my ex-husband was kind of punk rock. He loved punk music back in the day, back in the 80s. But anyways, and he would always know, again, a comorbidity there. That's another one I'm absolutely positively sure of now, is that my ex-husband, no, I'm not making a diagnosis. Quite possibly, maybe, definitely maybe. Definitely maybe it's a possibility. I'm gonna start doing Paige Lyell impressions. Quite positive. Are my eyes as big as hers? I'm gonna put the page I'm watching right now, Armchair Diagnosing. It's like an hour and 16-minute long video from Paige. Armchair diagnosing. Is it okay to speculate if a famous celebrity is autistic? Or is it okay for me to speculate? It really helps me in understanding him. But yeah, my ex is definitely autistic and a bit narcissistic, as I said before. But that's what's so tricky, the comorbid, you know, that's tricky. And when I was diagnosed bipolar, I went in there and said, I'm bipolar. My dad's bipolar. My dad wasn't comfortable with that diagnosis, and now I don't think he was. I think he was Asperger's, and he was really smart. But he thought I was very dumb, which kind of pisses me off now. I'm like healing my inner child, and my inner child now is standing up to everybody. Well, like, how did I get so dumb, Dad? I'm your daughter. Why? Like, you're so smart. Why would I not be smart like you? And I am, and I was, and he was autistic, and so am I, and oh my goodness. But yeah, I believe that's what I believe. I don't know. And I could be wrong. That's amazing. I could be wrong. Wow. So, like, don't come in my comments, and you know, I'm gonna put the Paige Lael video here. There it is. In my thing below. But anyways, life is a mystery. Just keep learning and growing, and there's hope that you'll find a piece of the puzzle. It's like a game, right? It's fun. Finding a piece of the puzzle. All right, this is 17 minutes long, so I gotta go. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.